Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Rita. So for today we're gonna have a very exciting video, as this is going to be my very first time trying anything from Victoria Beckham Beauty. So a brand that I've never tried always intrigues me, especially this one because this is a very high-end, very high price tag makeup. I'm not gonna lie, the packaging is absolutely stunning. It is very luxe, it feels very expensive, and I feel like it delivered just like the price tag I was assuming. So I been looking at purchasing from this brand for a very long time. Actually, the first videos that I saw about Victoria Beckham Beauty were from Alana Davison. She really raves about these products and she really likes them. I mean, honestly, what's not to like? They are very, very beautiful, and we're gonna go ahead and try today specifically these three products that I decided to pick. So we've got the brand new matte bronzing brick. So just to take a quick look at the product, this is what both of them look like. It's gonna come with a bronzer and a more contouring type product. Huge mirror, very, very stunning packaging, very sturdy. It feels very heavy, very luxe. And then we also picked the silk eyeshadow quad. So this is all of them are going to be more shimmering shades, and this is actually called a Smoky Eye Brick in the shade Silk. Also comes with a mirror. And then lastly, I did pick up a Posh Lipstick. Bronzing brick retails for $58, and you're gonna find it in 5 different shades, which I feel like that's a pretty good range for, you know, find your perfect color match. After all, it is a bronzer, but she does have 6 ones to pick from. I got mine in the shade number 3. Then we have the Smoky Eye Brick. So this one is gonna retail for $56, and she also has it in Silk, which is the one that I have, and then the shade Signature, Tweed, Tuxedo, and Royal. So not a lot of variety, but you can probably find something that you will like from this coloring. And then lastly, I did pick up one of the Posh lipsticks. I got mine in the shade Sway, and this one is gonna retail for $38, and she has 9 different shades to select from, including this one. So here, just a quick look at the lipstick. Of course, all of these products are already on my face, so let's go ahead and test them out. Let's start see how I like the matte bronzing brick. I always like to finish first my face before I go into my eyes. So this is going to be in the shade number 3, so it does come with 2 different shades. Speaking of packaging, this is absolutely stunning, and this is literally the epitome of luxe makeup. It is such a beautiful component. It is very, very weighted. I don't know if it's metal itself or it's like a very, very hard plastic. I really would think that it's kind of like aluminum metal, because it is very heavy. It's absolutely stunning. I love, love, love how sleek it is, how luxe it just feels and looks in general. Here you've got the little press button where you press it and then it'll just open up. You've got a big mirror, and then of course you get your 2 powders. The lighter one is going to be your bronzer, and then the darker one is going to be your more contour product. So there is a little issue with mine. It does close, but it's very hard to close. I don't know if it's just because it's a brand new box, which I don't think so. I feel like there's something wrong with it. So you can see how I'm trying to like close it, and it just doesn't go all the way to, and then I have to like really look. I'm like pressing and it keeps opening up. So I have to really press it and kind of like force it together. So there's definitely something wrong with mine. I don't know if it's worth it for me to contact them and have them send me another one. I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of disappointing because this is a very expensive product. You see, and when I try to press it together, it just comes back up. So what I have to do is I kind of like have to force it and like kind of like really force it so it closes. Anyway, too much babbling about this. It is something that I wanted to mention because I am a little disappointed. But anyway, let's just test it out. So I was looking at her website, and she kind of like recommends that you first start with the first shade, so the more bronzing one, and then you move into the contour. So that's what we're gonna do. That's not what normally I would do. I would first go with my more contour powder and then I like to bronze. But I'm going to use it as she recommends on her website. I'm gonna use my beloved brush that I always use for bronzer. This is by e.l.f. the big stipple brush. This mirror is a really good size that you can actually do your makeup in it entirely. So anyway, let's go ahead and dip the brush into the lighter shade. I'm gonna tap off the excess. Oh my goodness, that's, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of fallout. So I'm gonna tap off the excess and I'm going to start. This is where I would normally bronze, of course, in the perimeters of my face, and I do like to bronze on the center of my face and here on my cheeks. That is a very pretty product. Actually, that is also kind of like giving me a bit of a contour also in one. I'm still gonna use the contour one, of course, but I did want to mention that. So the center of my nose, and I just like to bring it down here. I always do this on my channel, and I always do this on my makeup application. I just love having bronzer and a little bit of blush in the middle of my face because that's where you naturally get sunburn. We are looking very bronzed, so now let's go ahead and contour. I did grab my big mirror just because although you can do your makeup here, like why would I go through that if I have a big mirror right here? So anyway, I'm going to switch to my BH Cosmetics brush. This one is the one that I like to use for my contouring needs or my contouring. So I'm gonna go for the second one. So let's go ahead and tap out the excess. And let's go ahead and apply this on the hollow of my cheeks. Ooh, that is very pretty. You can see right there. And that was super easy to blend. Oh, that's really pretty. You can see kind of like this is, wow. Look at that contour. It looks so good. Oh my goodness. So let's take off the hairs. Let's move in a little bit closer. So I'm just gonna look straight into the camera and you can see how this side of my face, my cheeks are like very popping, and then this side is just like a normal, just bronzed. But look at that definition that is giving me, and I barely touched my my brush, and I haven't really entirely finished blending. I mean, I literally blended in like 2 seconds. That is crazy. That's really good. I'm very impressed. So let's go ahead and do the same thing, and you can see how fast I'm gonna do it. So just basically placing the product and that's it. I mean, how fast was that? And it looks very pretty. My gosh, I think this is the easiest bronzer that I've ever used, especially contour. That was so fast. I'm going to attempt to contour my nose just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a small brush onto that contouring bronzer, and I'm just going to run this down the sides of my nose. I normally wouldn't do this, but just whenever it's like a special occasion or something, I'll contour my nose, but not really. And then just a tiny bit of the contour powder under my lip to make it look a little more pouty. Okay. And I like to go for a very big brush because, again, I don't contour my nose very often, so whenever I do, I want it to be very subtle. And then I'll just add a little extra here on my jawline to make the jaw even a bit more defined. Okay, you guys, this is so pretty. I am really loving both of these products. And now I'm just going to end with a little bit of extra bronzer because, of course, I'm going to add more. So it's gonna be the first product we used, and I'm just going to swipe a little bit more on my forehead, down the center of my face, also right here my chin, and just a little bit extra on my cheeks because I love bronzer. There is something about bronzer that I literally have to make myself stop. Like, Rita, please leave your brush. Stop putting so much bronzer. Because I get so carried away with bronzer. I just love it. So that's what I did just now. But honestly, this is such a beautiful product. I am loving both of them. This is a stunning powders. I have nothing bad to say about this except for, of course, the packaging. But anyway, I am going to go ahead and finish up with my makeup, except for the eyes of course, but I'll just go ahead and finish my face. I'm gonna do some highlight and blush, and then we can move on in just a little bit closer so we can start doing the eyeshadow look. So the beautiful silk palette comes with only shimmering shades. So I'm gonna just use the bronzing duo to throw it into my crease. So I'm just gonna mix them together. And I've got this Makeup by Mario brush. So just mixing them together. I'm gonna tap off the excess and I'm going to start blending this into my crease. This is also such a beautiful combination of shades to just do this. Especially when you're in a rush and you just want to throw something into your crease to kind of like define it a little bit. This is something that I do all the time. Like, you probably know my channel, I don't have any kind of like intricate looks. I go for like makeup that's very natural and like, you know, perfect for my everyday. I'm no makeup artist, so this is just what I like to do. And on makeup, even though there's a lot of steps and I use a lot of products, I feel like the more natural, the better. So anyway, I am just throwing this into my crease and I'm bringing it a little bit up on my crease. Not just like specifically on my crease, but just bringing it up just a tiny bit. Second darker shade, so we've got the more kind of like more brownish, almost purpley toned. I'm gonna go for this one. So I am going to use a smaller blending brush just from Echo Tools, the one that's like a dual ended that I always use. And I'm just going to throw this into my crease on top of the excess. And I'm going to start blending this on my crease. I'm gonna go for the gold shade, so the second lighter, I guess, shade is just the gold one. And I'm going to see how it performs with the brush. Oh, that was really pretty. If not, I could just go with my finger. So this is such a beautiful shade. It is also very, very pigmented. Okay, that was very pretty. So now I'm just gonna go with this same brush with that same first shade that we were working with, so the darker one. I'm going to go back and blend these two shades together. I feel like there's not a lot of difference whenever you're working with these two shades. So I'm gonna go ahead and with that same smaller blending brush, I'm gonna go with the darker shade. So the more kind of like bronzy, dark brown, almost purple. And I'm gonna throw this into my crease as well, just kind of like on my outer V. I'm gonna use the same brush and I'm gonna go back into the matte bronzing brick and I'm going to tap off the excess and I'm just going to blend a little bit the eye just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. To define the eye just a little bit more, I'm gonna go for the darker shade and I'm going to do a fall wing line because what's new? I always love to do this. So I'm just going to follow very close to my lash line. Then to finish up with the eyeshadow, I'm just going to run the lighter shade with my pinky. I'm just going to apply this on my inner corners, just a little bit. And I'm gonna bring just a tiny bit into the very top right corner of my eye. So this is what the eyeshadow is looking. So you can see how this eye looks so much more elongated and more kind of like feline with that tiny bit of a wing with it. It just makes a full difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and complete the other eye. All done. I went on and finished up the eyes, only applying mascara, so that's the only thing that I did, and of course my brows. I added my earrings and we are basically finished with the makeup. We just need the lipstick. So I did also order a lipstick from Victoria Beckham and this one is in the shade Sway. So this is the Posh Lipstick. So all of the products come in the same beautiful kind of like yellowy toned boxes. Very, very luxe. Even the boxes feel very, very luxe and high end. And then this is the actual lipstick. So a beautiful, beautiful component. It's also that same design. It is very sleek, and you get the Victoria Beckham logo on the very top, and the name is gonna be written on the bottom. So let's go ahead and try it. This again is in the shade Sway. I feel like this is a little more plummy than what I was expecting. That's okay. I mean, I still want to try more from this brand. So this is not going to be my first and last order. I want to get a couple more of the eyeshadows and then maybe more of these lipsticks. So anyway, let's go ahead and apply it. As you just saw, this lipstick went on super smooth, and I had nothing previously on my lips, so no chapstick, I had no lip liner. I just went on with the lipstick and it was very smooth. It feels very hydrating on my lips, so it's going to be like a satin formula. I really like this, especially for like your everyday, that you just want to throw in a lip and not really worry about checking that it's not bleeding or that you have the perfect lines, because it is more accessible for like just literally throwing it in a rush, because it's going to be satin. So satin formulas are always going to be more beautiful. And luxe brand. I am so happy with these products, with the exception of course with the little detail we had with the component of the actual bronzer. But for the products itself, I really love them. They feel very high-end. This product specifically, the bronzing brick, was so easy to blend, and it gave me that beautiful defined contour that I really do love to have on my almost every day. So the bronzer was also something very blendable, very soft, and I feel like it was the perfect choice for shade for me. I feel like if I had gotten a little bit lighter, might not have been as good, but this shade was absolutely perfect. Again, the only complaint is the fact that it doesn't close like it's supposed to, but I mean, I'll just leave it because eventually you can close it. It's just a little bit trickier to do so. But the product itself, the powders, were very blendable, very soft, very easy to work with. You saw that literally I just applied, did a little swipes on my brush, and it went on very smooth and very pigmented. It gave me so much definition. The contour and the bronzer, of course, gave me that beautiful bronzy look that I absolutely love. As for the eyeshadow, I also really liked it. I felt like the two shades that I used at the beginning, so the gold and then the darker brown, might be a little too similar in tone once you apply them. So whenever I was blending in the darker shade, I feel like there was no much difference between them two. And also the light shade, I honestly thought it was gonna be more of like a vanilla, but even then, like I can see here my inner corners, it is still very gold. So all in all, this palette is going to be for someone who really likes and enjoys gold shades. If you're not a huge fan of gold, I don't see how this would work for you. Honestly, I was expecting something else. I mean, not formula wise. Formula was very easy to blend, very pigmented, very smooth, so no complaints there. But I was expecting something more, I want to say more neutral, more nudie, I guess. But these are very gold tones. So all the shades, even the one that I thought was going to be more of a vanilla one. It's not a complaint. I like it. I really do like it. And I see myself purchasing more of these shadows. But just looking at them, I wasn't expecting too much gold out of all of the shades. So between the contour powder and the bronzing powder and these were definitely my wins from this little haul. The lipstick is very smooth. It went on very easily, as you saw also on the clip, and the shade is really pretty. I feel like for me this would be more of like an everyday lipstick for more like the fall winter. It is more plummy and my lips are very pigmented, so any kind of like a little bit of undertone that there's some purple or a little plum on lipsticks, it's gonna pull very purple on my lips. So whenever I saw this on the website, I thought it was gonna be a little more pink, but it is more on the plum side. Again, it's just because of the color on my lips, but it is a very pretty shade. I feel like I'm going to use a ton of this shade once fall starts. But for now, I do want to get a couple more shades that are more nudie. I need to check the website really good to make sure that I get the right shade. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried anything from Victoria Beckham or if there's any must-haves that I need to pick, because I feel like this is going to be a brand that is going to become a favorite in my collection. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!